between Veldanava's strongest subordinate and Rimuru's strongest servant raged on. Diablo managed to clash blow for blow with Feldway's Genesis-level sword. Yet, Feldway remained confident. Even without his ultimate skills, he believed he could still defeat this mere demon. But then, Diablo unveiled his trump card, the ultimate destructive energy granted by Rimuru. For one of the few times in his life, Feldway felt fear. And then Diablo spoke. Feldway, you should be proud. You're the first person to make me reveal everything I have. When Rimuru Tempest returned from the end of space and time, When he did, everyone could sense that he was a new true dragon, and his power and aura was comparable to Veldanava, the creator of Aura. Creation of being of omnipotent and omnipresent and omniscient. To everyone, especially the true dragon siblings of Veldanava, this was an unbelievable reality. We now go through creating the world. If we're talking about these characters at their strongest form, Rimuru blinks and solos all three of these guys and their verses. Let's talk about how strong Rimuru actually is, because he is insanely broken. Meet Rimuru, an omnipotent, malice genie who treats everything and anything as his playground. He can easily consume an entire multiverse like it's a slice of cake, and then proceed to create an infinite number of multiverses. Every ability that you can think of in anime, I'm talking about all of anime, your favorite slice of life anime, your favorite shonen anime, whatever it is, any ability, he has that. Every axis, every concept, every reality, he transcends them all. He's even transcended his own story and is not confined to the plot or rules of other characters from other anime verses. He's basically the author. Humanity was born, interlocked in parallel worlds of other dimensions. Perfect fertility, adaptability to the environment. They had a unique ego and a curiosity that challenged the mysteries of the world. Veldanava rejoiced. He had come to love this fragile race more than anything else. Veldanava decided to remove the threat from the world, for the sake of humanity. Feldway was also ordered to subdue various demons with his own hands. However, the last remaining individual was troublesome. It was Ivrage, the world-destroying dragon, who would later become the king of the cryptids. It was the incarnation of disaster. It had power rivaling that of a true dragon. Moreover, because of its destructive instincts, it had the potential to bring about the eventual destruction of the world. With its servants, Ivrage descended upon the Celestial Palace, a gateway to alternate realms. The vast gate, typically closed and guarded, was inexplicably open. No one could stop Ivrage's advance. Leading an army of hellish beings, the innocent yet malevolent god strode forward across dimensions. Ivrage had discovered fragments of the Axis world, remnants tied to Star King Dragon Veldanava. Fueled by hatred for those Veldanava loved, Ivrage vowed to destroy everything. Centered around the world-destroying dragon Ivrage, the vast swarm of cryptid beasts was an apocalyptic force. The evolution and naming of its subordinates spread unprecedented malevolence, granting overwhelming power to its minions. These creatures, exceeding disaster-class threats, numbered in the thousands. Their combined might signified the arrival of the end. With pure malice, Ivrage and its army marched forward, determined to consume everything and reclaim its lost perfection. Truly knew where Ivrage came from at that time. Some believed she was born from the void of space itself, or from the far end of a dying dimension, a being formed from the scattered fragments of Veldanava's essence. The god-devouring dragon, the queen of cryptids, the yin and yang of Veldanava. What was certain, however, was her purpose. She embodied pure disaster, a mindless entity driven by one primal instinct, to annihilate all of Veldanava's creations, both life and the worlds they inhabited. Her power rivaled that of a true dragon, perhaps even Veldanava himself. She possessed the potential to bring about the end of existence itself. For this purpose, she descended upon the Cardinal World, where she waged battle against Feldway, the primordial angels, and even the demon lord of pride, Guy Crimson. The battle was fierce and unending. No matter the strategies employed or the abilities unleashed, Ivrage's might was absolute. She fought relentlessly, her strength unwavering despite being outnumbered by the mightiest beings in creation. Unable to bear the sight of the endless struggle, Veldanava finally intervened. He sealed away his counterpart for all eternity. Feldway was then entrusted with guarding the dimension of her imprisonment. Yet, he pleaded with his master to destroy her completely, to spare the worlds from future peril. But Veldanava refused. Deep within Ivrage, he sensed a faint spark of intelligence, a potential that he, as the god of bring himself to extinguish.